Hi, my name is Ben McKenzie, and I'm a professional woodworker who got so fed up with the crap that the home improvement stores try to pass off as help that I finally did something about it. In just a few minutes, you're going to be able to get your hands on over 16,000 step-by-step, easy-to-complete woodworking plans and projects. Yes, I just said 16,000. You're going to discover how to make just about anything you want, quickly and easily. But first, I've got to warn you, I'm only going to be able to leave this video up for 24 hours. So, this is literally the only chance you'll get to see this video all the way through. And trust me, you've never seen anything like this before, so make sure you watch this video to the very end. So, have you seen those expensive yet worthless DIY magazines and books at the big-name box stores? If the price wasn't bad enough, they're usually missing the most important steps, so you're left with half-finished projects. And worst of all, if we're being really honest here, and you know this is true, the projects never turn out like the pictures. Thankfully, you don't have to mess around with that kind of garbage anymore. That's all about to change. But the biggest woodworking publishers in the world don't want me to share this with you. They're trying to bully me into working exclusively with them. Fact is, they don't want you to see everything I'm giving you. More than 16,000 project plans, step-by-step instructions, and blueprints to be exact. They don't want you to know that you can get all the help you need in one place. See, they want to keep making boatloads of money, and to do that, they need you to buy book after book after book. It's not right and it's not fair, and it all ends here today. I'm not going to let the big boys tear apart what I've worked so hard to create and turn it into hundreds of smaller books just so they can turn a juicy profit. Heck, that's one of the reasons I'll be taking this video down soon. I don't want those rats stealing any of my ideas. With over 16,000 plans to choose from all in one place, you'll never have to buy another DIY book ever again. So if you're a hobbyist, a beginner, a lifelong craftsman, or even a professional woodworker, you'll want to watch this brief video from start to finish. Oh, and trust me when I tell you that what I'm about to reveal is unlike anything you've ever seen before. You won't find this stuff in any of those woodworking magazines, books, or DVDs, and you definitely aren't going to find this information anywhere else online. As you're about to see, I'm opening up my own personal vault of over 16,000 top-secret blueprints, schematics, and materials lists, as well as professional tips, tricks, and tactics. I can't wait to give you all the details, but first I want to give you a little background on how this all came to be. Yep, I bet you just want to get right to the 16,000 woodworking plans ASAP, right? I don't blame you. But I think when you hear my story, you'll understand why it matters. Then I'll tell you exactly how you can get your hands on the good stuff. So here's what this is all about. When I was a kid, I used to love watching my grandpa in his shop. He can make anything. In fact, he built his family home from the ground up, including every piece of furniture, and it was all amazing, like world-class stuff. I wanted to be just like him, but apparently the woodworking gene never made it to my own dad, and it definitely didn't make it to me. I learned that lesson the hard way, over and over again. The first birdhouse I built looked like a bomb had hit it. When I tried to build a soapbox derby car, I almost got laughed off the track. It was so bad. And then, shortly after I bought my first house, I made a fateful decision that would later change my life. I decided to make my own furniture, just like my grandpa had. I would start with a simple chair. It couldn't be that hard, right? I bought hundreds of dollars of materials, wasted most of it, and ended up with a chair that looked more like a torture device than anything a sane person would want to sit in. And that's when I finally admitted I had no woodworking skills. Yes, I sucked. And if you think I'm being too hard on myself, just talk to anyone in my family who had to endure the pain of sitting in that chair I hobbled together. We all still laugh about it today. Believe it or not, I didn't let my failures stop me. I figured I'd just buy a woodworking magazine and follow their plans. But I discovered that most of the plans in those woodworking magazines were absolute garbage. They claimed to be all-in-one blueprints, but they were a whole lot of nothing. They said they were step by step, but they rarely made any sense at all. And they promised me that I'd end up with something that looked just like the pictures, but they were clearly joking because my projects ended up looking even worse than the torture chair. But I must have been a glutton for punishment because I still wasn't willing to admit defeat, at least not yet. I knew I didn't have natural ability, and I knew that those DIY books and magazines were worthless crap. So I decided to go back to school, literally. For the next 4 years, I enrolled in woodshop classes at my local community college, then design, drafting, and architecture classes. After that, I apprenticed with a local carpenter, then a cabinet maker, and finally with an all-around handyman the local